Hi. Dr. Dre, how are you? Hey, Cheryl. How are you? Let me just get to the right page so I can get myself together. It has been a day, y'all. How's everyone's day? Dr. Dre, how are you? How's everyone's day? How's your day? How are you? I miss you. How's your mom? How is everyone? Tell her I said hello. We're actually doing LinkedIn. Josie! Very extremely long day. My day started at 2 a.m. Usually I take a nap, but I didn't do it this time, so I'm not exactly sure how I'm functioning. Hi, Josie! Do another shameless plug. Was blessed to get off early. Oh, good. Oh, wow. I didn't know. Why did I miss that? I didn't know that. Tell her I said hello. I'm going to do a shameless plug, of course. This is my daughter's body butter that she has. It's called Blaze. She has a couple other ones too. And so if you have sensitive skin, she has that. If you have eczema, she has that. But this Blaze is like my favorite right now. And she has the oil too. And she has a sale going on as well. All right, we're going to get started. All right, so what we've been doing is this is day 4 of the LinkedIn, create your LinkedIn profile. Some people actually have a profile. Some people do not have a profile. And some people are able to make changes off of what we have been able to discuss. There is a guide that's in my bio. Hey, Nicole, I hope you got my email. There's a guide in my bio that we've been using. So now we are going to step 5. This is our last day. What is this? Oh, somebody trying to sell me something. I was like, what is this? Hi, Nicole, did you get it? I hope you got them. What I did for Nicole was I told people to DM me the word heading. Hi. And so they emailed me the word heading, and then I created their headings for them. Okay, good. So, those are 6 different headings, or what I think it was 6 different headings. And so you can rotate those headings out. You're welcome. You can rotate them out as needed. So maybe you want to use, thank you for joining, one now and one later, or something like that. Mix them up and see how people respond to you. Okay. So hopefully that was helpful. So again, this is our last day. And so for those of you all who do not know me, my name is Wendy Alexander. I am a diversity and cross-cultural consultant. I do a lot of work overseas, lived in Dubai for over 8 years up until 2020, and where I actually started my business 20 years ago. And now I do a lot of international business and helping individuals to expand their businesses globally, but also grow sustainable businesses as well. I do a lot of training also on cross-culture for businesses who are thinking about going abroad, all right? And mental health as well. Okay, got that out of the way. So we are on day 4 of learning how to create your LinkedIn profile. And for those of you all, some of them people, I said, I already had a LinkedIn profile, but they said that they were able to get some really good tips to be able to, maybe make some changes to their LinkedIn. And so one of the things I always tell people is that if you're doing any type of business, even if it's product-based, service-based business, you want to make sure that you have a LinkedIn. So I don't care what you're selling, you should be on LinkedIn. And I want you to think of it like this, is that you have like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. You could sell, one here, one here, one here. But when you go over to LinkedIn, you can start selling wholesale to companies, whether you do t-shirts, whether you do even like my daughter doing body butter, she can do white label. She could do wholesale on LinkedIn. She could reach directly to the person who's buying. She can do events. Hey, Amy. As well, and do body butters, right, for people who are having events, because she does travel size and she does gift size. Like I told you, she did teacher appreciation day for a school, and she did a little bag with body butters. How are you? And oil for them as well. So, and she can sell the quantity on LinkedIn. Not to say you can't on like Instagram or Facebook. It might take you a little longer, right? So the other thing is that you're able to make connections on LinkedIn. You're able to learn about people in different countries, connect with them, and you are also able to make genuine, I'll say, relationships. And so when you actually, oh, thank you. When you want to meet someone like from a different country, I go to LinkedIn. It just works for me. When I do coaching and training around people wanting to expand their businesses globally, that's where I tell you to go. First is LinkedIn, and then I'll say, you could join Facebook groups and stuff like that. But LinkedIn is where it's at when you want to make connections and you want to make connections that's going to put some money in your pocket, that's going to diversify your income, because what happens is you're meeting with people from different countries, right? So that creates multiple streams of income in your pocket, okay? I always say that. So we are on step 5 in the LinkedIn planner, and you can grab that in the bio. Today's our last day. We've been doing this, and so I'm so excited for everyone. And we talked a little bit about this yesterday. Thank you for joining. We talked a little bit about this yesterday about creating your own LinkedIn group. So again, I'm going to say LinkedIn groups are not like Facebook groups. You might not find a lot of people in them. People might not be active, but one of the things that you can do is you can create a group on LinkedIn that is catered to your niche. So in other words, I will say, I'm going to take Nicole, because she has a travel business. She can create a group on LinkedIn that's just for people who are in corporate America who might want to do promotions, because she has t-shirts too. Do promotions. They might want to do company group travel, once a year, sometimes, depending on the company. They actually go on these big events and excursions with their team, right? So she might create a group just for them. And so think about it. If she creates a group just for these corporate organizations to come into this group, she's talking about not individual. She's talking about how she can help them with their group travel, how she can help them once they go on their group travel, provide t-shirts, right, for them. Now you have all these people in there. Let's say that she has, I'm just going to say she has 30 people. Let's start small. Let's say she has 30 people in there and she's marketing. That's 30 opportunities, right? Not to say all of them, hopefully they will all do it, but think about it. You have 30 people in there and you keep growing that group and it's nothing but corporate. And all of a sudden you have 500. Several people are going to be like, you know what? I'm in this group and I know the exact go-to person is when I wanted to do an event. I know and do an event and I need someone to plan it, right? I know exact group that I can go in and get some t-shirts made, because she does t-shirts, but she's also going to be able to book our trips as well. So you want to create your tribe. I always say your tribe is so important, whether it's on a Facebook group or however it is. Now, Nicole would do this. She would have her Facebook group, right? Because Facebook's going to have family, half the time family come on in there too, right? It's not as controlled as LinkedIn. LinkedIn is going to be just for corporate people. You're not going to be inviting your aunts, your uncles, and everybody, all of them, right? You just want corporate people to come in there because that's who your target audience is and who you want to market to. So you can create your own LinkedIn group. So I'm not against it, but you just have to nurture it, okay? And also, it shows you on on step 5, what would make my LinkedIn group unique. LinkedIn has more than 2 million groups, and so you want to be unique to that group. All right, does that make sense? You want to make sure that your group is unique. So again, if I was having a group on LinkedIn, I would have a group around my niche. I would invite people that's only there for my niche. I wouldn't be inviting people, just random people, into the group, okay? Because remember, this is where you're going to market. And I would say also, you want to look at some of the groups that are actually on there. See if it's already, like I saw the other day, there's a lot of travel groups. But one of the things I saw was it just said travel groups. But it just said travel groups. Like, it doesn't say who their audience is. It didn't say corporate America travel group. Does that make sense? Or corporate America travel group that provides promotions. It was nothing like that. It was just travel group. Okay. So when you do it, you want to make yours unique. Thank y'all so much for joining. Also, you want to have a target and you want to create a safe space. So again, it's not something that you have to do. It's just if you have the time or you have someone that can monitor that group. And so in other words, if you have Facebook, you have LinkedIn, because they're going to be 2 separate groups. All right. Or you just have LinkedIn. Maybe you just said, you know what? I'm going to go all out on LinkedIn and I'm not going to do any other platform for the next 6 months but LinkedIn, and a lot of times that can be worth it. It just depends. It's up to you. Okay. So when we talk about also your ideal client, your target audience, I gave you a place where you can actually brainstorm some of the benefits that the group members might have. Okay, so that's where, so we're on page, I'm sorry, not page, I keep saying page, but we're on step 5. Thank y'all so much for joining. So I gave you a place where you can actually brainstorm also your unique selling propositions that you're going to be selling. You can actually brainstorm those too. Again, this is LinkedIn. It's not the same thing as Facebook. Okay, so you're not going to do the same things in Facebook as you do with LinkedIn. Okay, so you have to be very, very strategic about what you do. Also, you want to be known as the go-to person on LinkedIn. So what I've noticed lately, and that this says 2 things. I have people coming to me about expanding their business overseas. I have people coming to me about training and cross culture on LinkedIn. I have people coming to me about, of course, asking me, do I know somebody I can connect them to, right? But I also have people coming to me a lot now about mental health and cross culture and how culture is important in mental health as well when you're dealing with families and children. And it's because of the way in my inbox when I talk to people, they remembered what I said, right? And a lot of people know me by as Dubai. Lots, to be honest. Some people say, you know, when they hear the word, I asked them, I said, what makes you refer the person to me? Ask people that. They said, oh, because somebody asked about Dubai, right? Somebody asked me what's the best place to go, or they're thinking about expanding their business. Somebody told me they were thinking about going global, so I thought about you. So once you are that go-to person, then people will definitely start reaching out to you. It becomes easier versus you trying to market yourself. Does that make sense, y'all? I know I saw Jeanette in here and somebody else, and I don't know why I can't see everybody on here. I don't know. So I'm sorry if I missed you coming in, but thank y'all so much for coming in. Any questions so far? So again, you do not have to create a group. It's up to you. But step number 6 talks about sharing valuable content. Again, this is not Facebook, y'all. Okay? It's not Facebook. Okay, on Facebook. And sometimes, but I'm gonna be honest, it's changed though over the years. It used to be your time is valuable, good dialogue. Thank you. It used to be that people would share, I don't know, certain things that are being shared now on LinkedIn didn't used to be shared on LinkedIn. And sometimes you'll get somebody that will post, because I saw something yesterday, somebody posted, oh, thank you. Somebody put, what did she put up there, y'all? It was something like, I can't even remember what it was. But anyway, the person basically thought that it was inappropriate and it should go on Facebook. Sometimes you'll get those people, this is not Facebook, you know, that type thing. And it's up to you whether or not you know it. Because then I'd be like, listen, this is my page. Okay. All right. But you still want to be strategic, because really, the only thing I want to talk about to people on LinkedIn is like a culture or doing business. That's it. Right. So you're very strategic about what you actually put on there. And once you're known in your field, there's so many opportunities that will open up for you. I prefer the flow of LinkedIn I'm now using. Oh, wow. Okay, that's good though. That's okay. Now it's better. It says everything has a season. It's changed. Hasn't it changed? Yeah, I think everything has a season in your business, you know, where you are and where you use it. You know, just like now, if you know me, you know that posting was just not my thing. I was like, I ain't posting on these articles. But I will reshare, which we're going to talk about it. But I posted something today, y'all. Right? But I'm also I'm trying to do something. I'm always trying to figure out something else. And I'm actually doing this for my client. So I might be posting more, but it's always a reason behind it, okay? But once you start like posting certain things, you'll start being that expert that people want to go to. But again, it creates so many opportunities as we talk about on step 6. All right. So it, you know, speaking opportunities. Oh, I get a lot. Y'all there? Can y'all hear me? I don't know why this is. Are y'all? Hold on. Let's wait a minute. Hold on. It might stop. It should stop. Okay, can y'all hear me now? I just turned the phone. I don't know why I have it on do not disturb. I don't know why it's still ringing. Are y'all still there? I've been on it for a while now, but just now starting to really develop my page. And that's okay. Like I said, I think everything has Tiffany said I'm looking for speaking opportunities. Okay. I think everything has a season. Like I said, I really do. I really believe that when it comes to LinkedIn, you gotta want to do it, and you have to be in that season of it, and your business does too. I just got booked for a podcast yesterday with someone connected. See, look, Tiffany just said, I just got booked from a podcast yesterday from someone connected on LinkedIn. I get a lot of podcasts, Tiffany. Just keep on sticking in there, because what'll happen is you'll get podcasts. And I can't remember. Look, this is what I did yesterday, y'all. Tiffany, I should go on and warn you. I've been going to people's pages. But this is a good thing, because I'm helping y'all. Why I'm going to go to your LinkedIn. And I'm like, wait a minute, because I just thought of something when you said that. And I'm going to tell you, change something that's not there. Hold on, let me just look at something for you real quick to help you with the speaking piece. Let me see something. Hold on, y'all. Let's see. Oh, I see. You know what, Tiff? You know what I would do? In your heading, because now you can add more characters, I would put speaking in there somewhere. Even like it says talks about, but I would put speaker somewhere. And if that's what you really want to focus on right now, make sure you have that in your heading. Hold on. Because I see where you have it in your about, but put it in the heading, okay? That's just going to help. Yeah, exactly. Update that talks about too. Yep, I was just curious to say that. Update that. What do you mean, Whitney, getting settled again? Are you not doing it? Wait a minute. What's going on? What you talking about? I know you ain't stopped doing that because you... Oh, I was getting ready to say, okay, I missed you're heading back. What are you talking about? You're amazing. What do you mean? Okay, so you're heading back to Seoul. I'm so excited for you. You made me nervous. We have to catch up. If you're in the States, can we catch up before you go back? I would love to talk to you. So let's do that. Okay, and also, hold on. Yolanda has said something. Hold on, I've been a while now. So when you say that you've been developing your page and you want to use it, what is that you want to do? Do you want more speaking engagements? Do you want, Yolanda, I'm talking to you, I'm sorry. Or what is it that you want so I can go to yours and tell you? Tell me what you want so I can tell you. So what I would say is this. Honestly, this is the year of LinkedIn, y'all. And I'm saying it because I've been doing it for a long time. If you see me post, that means there's something changing, okay? That's a whole thing. Hold on, y'all. Oh, good. Okay, yes. Perfect. After this, send me a message, a DM me on here. I was like, what platform am I on? Yeah, I want to talk. Okay, I want more speaking opportunities. Okay, hold on. So if you all notice on my heading, let me tell y'all something what I do. Why is this your name? That's not you. Why is it that, so I mean, you'll notice that my heading has changed, right? My heading's changed, my summary's changed since yesterday. It has changed the last 3 days because I'm trying something. But what I would say to you all, like if I want to do speaking engagements, right? I make sure that's in my heading. I always put that in my heading. If I'm really looking for speaking, but right now that's not really what I'm looking for. And people now kind of like know that's what I do. And also because, let me see if I can show y'all. People know that's what I do. So I don't have to advertise that as much in the heading unless that's all I wanted to do. Does that make sense? So in your heading, wherever you are today in your business and whatever you want, I encourage you to put it in that heading. because you have to remember that people are, sometimes have ADHD like myself, and like, we're not going to be going to read all that. We're going to read right there on that heading what you're doing, and that's going to be it. And then if I feel like I wanted to read some more, I'll go down, but I want to see the beginning. All right, so right here, let me see if I can show it to y'all on mine. How do you do this thing? I'm trying to show y'all something. Hold on. Okay, here we go. How do I show what they've been endorsed? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to show y'all this. Okay, hold on, I'm going to tell you sure. Hold on. Right, so right here, I don't know how it will look on you all, but up under where it says like demonstrated skills, when people go to it, it'll say public speaking, right? And it shows where people have endorsed me for public speaking. And so people will see that, oh, well, people have endorsed her for public speaking, so she's a speaker. Does that make sense? So then now I don't have to. So you could get people to endorse you so it can say that. So when you don't have it in your heading, it's there. Does that make sense? So like Tiffany, now I know I need to go. I might have done yours. I don't know. Endorsed for speaking. And Yolanda. Does that make sense, y'all? So you really, when and Cheryl asked a question, she said, I want to know how often do you change it? It's not really a time, if that makes sense. What I do is, like I said, whatever season I'm in, I change it. And like right now, I've changed it 3 times in 3 days. and that's because I'm a strategist. I love strategy, right? So I'm trying to see if this is working so then I can also go share it with, with my clients as well. But I would just say, just monitor it, have a goal. Say, I'm going to put this heading up there for the next 30 days. I'm going to work LinkedIn. And if people are not responding to me, something ain't right with my LinkedIn. If people are responding to me and I put in there about domestic violence, but they're asking me, can we go bake some cupcakes, or can you bake cupcakes and make cakes for me? Then something is off in my messaging, right? So then I'm going to revamp. So I would say, because you're fairly new, just keep it up there like for 30 days, monitor it next 30 days and see what happens, And if all of a sudden you start getting people into people that you want to connect with and all of that, then leave it. And then maybe change it. Like I haven't changed mine. It's been this will be a year since I really started changing it. Okay? So it's really no right and wrong. And also, I guess I should say your all's name on here. She has Yole hair. I called you by your name. But you said you wanted speaking opportunities and also salon. And I think with you, it's your heading. You got to make sure you're heading right. We talked about what day did we talk about heading? We talked about, what was headings, y'all? I don't even know what it is. We talked about headings on one of these days. But the guide is actually in the bio. But we talked about headings and how you should actually, day 1. We talked about headings on day 1 and how you should do your headings. And what keywords should actually be there. So right now, what I can say is my headings are dead on for keywords. Like my keywords are so good right now. When I wake up, the right people are in my inbox that I want to be in my inbox. I don't have these random people that were in there as much. A few, but nothing like before. Because remember, we talked about on day 2 that keywords are so important within your heading. Okay. And you want to have, it's very similar to what I like Tiffany's, is I gave the example. I'm going to share this with y'all. So say if you are a health coach, you wouldn't put up there Wendy health coach. You would say health coach for busy moms who want to look better, feel better, and have it all naturally. And so that is step 1, page 1 in the guide. All right. So your heading is so important because people like me who have a slight ADHD, that's all I'm going to look at. And if it interests me, then I'm going to continue to read down in your about. Does that make sense, y'all? Any other questions? Does that make sense? Did y'all, I know Cheryl was here and Nicole's been here every day. Did you all change your vanity ID yet? Did y'all do that? The vanity URL? That's page 4. What step is that? Step 2. If you haven't done that, make sure to do that, okay? I'm trying to see where we are. Y'all, we've gone on so much. Any questions? Can y'all still hear me? Any questions? And y'all can pull up your LinkedIn as we're going through this. Any questions? Oh, I can't. Are y'all? Lord have mercy, y'all. Do y'all know this thing was stuck? I didn't even know what y'all was saying. Hold on. I was just like, why they ain't talking to me? Hold on. Let me catch up. Oh, yeah, publishing. Yeah, definitely updated. Okay, page 3. Thank you. Yes, I have redefined minds. Okay. I have an idea but decided on another. That's fine. Okay. Just make sure you do it. Make sure you change that. Because that's like the most, because you'll forget. Just like I do. And that's really important. Okay? All right. So we talked about, let's see, where are we? Okay. Oh, let's talk about this. Okay. So the opportunities we talked about when you do, we talking, I know. We talked about, once you really put yourself out there and people actually know exactly what you are trying to do, you'll get more speaking opportunities, interviews. I get those all the time. I get guest blog posts. I get podcasts. What did I get? Oh, I get a couple of magazines. Will you be in a magazine? Most recently I got, I'm going to be honored this Saturday. So sometimes people will send you something saying we want to honor you, and you get awards and stuff like that. But the one I also want to talk about that's actually part of step 6 is JV, joint ventures. Joint partnerships are the best. And so, okay, let's put a 1 in the chat if you do not know what a joint venture is. Thank you. Thank you. I know, I was so shocked. Put a 1 in the chat if you do not know what a joint venture is. Okay. So when you're doing joint ventures, it's basically if myself, right, I'll say there's a company called Jack in the Box. I had an idea. Okay, Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box is able to this is a good one. Jack in the Box has an entrepreneurship for youth. Okay. No. It's J. I'm sorry, JV. The other way. And Jack in the Box has this entrepreneurship program for youth. Me, Wendy, Inspiring Decisions have people who are able to train, because Jack in the Box doesn't have that. They just have the curriculum. That's all they have. They said they're stuck. They don't have people to be able to assist in the training. I am going to have my trainers now learn that curriculum to be able to train for Jack in the Box, which makes us joint. We're doing a joint venture together, and we're going to go out and we're going to market. We're going to sell this program. They are going, or however we decide to do it. Maybe I tell them to sell it because they created the curriculum. All I have, I'm just bringing the trainers, right? And I'm going to train and make sure they understand and let Jack in the Box do the marketing. That's joint ventures, okay? And joint ventures does not have to be like a partnership where you are actually signed, like you're my partner and we splitting this and all that, and legals. You don't have to do all that. That's why I like joint ventures. I love joint ventures because it's a collaboration effort, but it's called a joint venture. So right now I have a couple of joint ventures because I am able to provide cross-cultural training to companies where they're trying to go overseas, but they're like, we don't know anything about that. But guess what? We know how to sell, right? And we know how to market. But when it comes to that piece of teaching our clients the cross-cultural piece, we don't know how. So can you partner with us? So I have a couple of agencies. That's all I do is joint ventures. And it's signed a joint venture. Great. I'm glad you said that, Whitney, instead of collaboration, because I am guaranteed pay with a joint venture regardless. So in other words, the joint venture will be just like I have one right now. This is on every 3 months, I do a cross-cultural training for this company. If at the 3rd month or whenever it's time to do it, and they say, Wendy, we only have one person, and you said that you have to have a minimum of 20 people. We don't have that. So we won't have one this month. Okay, that's fine. I'm still getting paid because that was in my agreement. You see, because I took that time. I'm saving that time for them. every 3 months they have a date. And so I'm saving that, which means that I could have actually had somebody else in place. And they're okay with that, but because they also get what they need as far as their training that they're doing. Okay. So a lot of JV partnerships come from LinkedIn. Actually, I only probably had, unless it was me marketing because I love selling, isn't it? I'm trying to think, did I get any? No, it's just been LinkedIn, unless in the other place, I just been marketing myself. So actually, I would say joint ventures usually comes from LinkedIn. For me, that's happened. Okay. All right. Now we're going to talk about step 6 still. We're going to talk about when you are actually posting things online, using yourself to be able to market your content. This is what I do. So it talks about, whether or not you want to post information on LinkedIn, your own articles and stuff like that. And it's okay if you do. If you're a writer and you like to do all that every day, have at it. Okay. Me, myself, I like to share content. And people used to always say, why are you sharing somebody else's content? Because what I'm doing is I'm acting as a filter, right? I'm acting as a filter between myself and Whitney. I read Whitney's information that she posted. It looks like it's about culture and her living abroad. Wow, this looks like it really matches my audience and what my audience wants. So I'm going to repost it. And also my audience knows I'm only going to share content that I have vetted for them. Okay. That's one thing. The other reason I do it is because if I share someone's, let's say it is a president of a country, right? I might reshare his information every single week to get his attention. Why? Because 9 times out of 10, I've already inboxed him and said, I would like to connect with you. And if you know LinkedIn, unless you know someone and all that. So a lot of times I will worry somebody to death by reposting something that they did every single time they repost it. Like, it's almost like a, what do you call that thing? Like a nudge, right? Like, hey, hey, I know you see me reposting and you ain't seen me before, right? But that's usually what'll happen. And then sooner or later, they'll be like, hi, Wendy, thank you so much. I appreciate you commenting and sharing, my information. Oh, great. So glad that you responded. And then I go right into me trying to connect with them. All right. So that's what I do. I strictly do a lot of that. Like 90% of what I do on LinkedIn is that. Okay. If I'm not, thank you for joining. If I'm not reposting, a post-it note. Yeah, exactly. So and I'm always in the messages. Like I stay in there. Sometimes I don't even know what's going on LinkedIn. All I'm doing is like trying to connect. If I go to an event, I told you all on day one, if I go to an event, I will on Zoom screenshot the names and be in LinkedIn. Who are you? Let me go in your inbox. It just works for me. But everybody has different ways. Some people just like to post. Some people like to do things on LinkedIn. It's really up to you. And we also talked about, it's the same thing, just like, when you do sharing on Facebook and things like that. But the difference with LinkedIn, as it says in step 6, is that you are better targeting. When you repost on like here, if you repost on Instagram, most of the time when you repost it, the stories it goes anywhere, right? So you don't know if it's going to your target audience or not. When you repost on Facebook, it goes to your grandma, your uncles, your aunts, your cousins, your best friend for high school. It goes to all these different people, right? And then somewhere in between, you hope that your target audience is also going to be able to see it. But when you repost on LinkedIn, it's your target audience, because remember what we talked about yesterday? What did we talk about yesterday, y'all? Connections. We talked about connections. I think it was step number 3. Yes, 3. Connections on step 3. Now, when you repost, because you have made strategic connections, there you have a stronger chance of targeting your target audience. Okay, so that's the difference when you do repost on LinkedIn. Is this helpful? Put a 1 in the chat. Let me know if this is helpful. Exactly. So you just want to make sure the content is relative to your connections that you have. Like today, let me see. I posted this art. Well, first of all, that off. I posted this article, right, about multicultural teams, and this man liked it. This is strategic. So he liked it, and so I was like, we're just going to see if he says anything. And so I was like, okay. He didn't say anything, but he liked it. So that means he was interested. It's catering to him, right? So guess what he did? He sends me an inbox message and asks me. He was like, I have a question. What type of training do you do on multicultural teams? Strategic. Because I'm not typing and writing nothing unless it's strategic. I don't like to do all that. Yep, I wonder what the corporate wellness space needs these days. Oh, I'm sure. Oh, plenty. I hear that all the time. Actually, who was it? Side note. Sorry, y'all, because Whitney brought this up. Side note. Now, you do know I'm going to talk about the global piece. I've been trying to really just talk about LinkedIn and LinkedIn in general, but I got to go there since you said this. I have a new nonprofit that's in Namibia. One of the guys that I'm actually gentleman I'm partnering with, he's from Ghana. He lives in New York, but he's moving to Namibia, and he's just doing health and wellness. Like he said, and then he said health and wellness is blowing up in corporate everywhere. It is. And what you can do, we did a little bit of this yesterday. So I'm on LinkedIn, and I would say if I wanted to, y'all, you can make LinkedIn fun, but you gotta like, I like to search things and look for stuff, right? So you got to figure out how to make this fun, because it's like I said, it's nothing like TikTok and all of that. Let me see if I can find you something. Hold on. How did I do this? Yep. So you can do it. So in not TikTok. We have been talking about TikTok. In LinkedIn, in the search, Whitney, I will put in corporate wellness. Or put in wellness. Let me see. I'm gonna show you something. Hold on. I should have charged my iPad. Come on. Okay. This is what we did yesterday. All right, so I put wellness. So in LinkedIn, it'll tell you people, products, companies, jobs, groups, posts, course, events, and services. So you can click events. Look, wellness, mindset, mastery, initiatives. Look at all this. They got summits. And now this is me. I'm going to tell y'all what I would do. Y'all ready? All right. I am Whitney. Okay, so I'm looking for a wellness. Now, this is exactly what I would do. Anybody can do this, okay? All right, here we go. It says Web3 Women, Wealth, and Wellness. And it's some type of company. I guess they're hosting it. See right here, it says attend. I'm going to, I was going to hit that. But I know I would attend the event. And then it says, hold on, y'all. I hope I'd be able to comment without. Shoot. I was trying to see if without accepting. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Hold on, y'all. Let's see if I could do this without. I can't do it. I got to be able to do it. Well, if you accept it, you should be able to comment is what I'm trying to do. Okay. But look, in the about section down here, a lot of times they'll put this monthly roundup, join the meeting, right? And then you'll be sent a link. I would join this. And since they're doing it a monthly roundup, does this mean that maybe that you can actually participate and share your expertise as a speaker? So a lot of times you might have to go on the events and then just message people and say, listen, I noticed that you're hosting an event. Are you looking for any more speakers? Especially for those you all who said that you wanted to be more, you wanted to speak more, but also for people who want to get their messaging out there. So a lot of times, sometimes if I have time in my schedule and I want to speak, I'll just go through people's events and be like, hey, I noticed that you're having an event. I wanted to know if I can participate. Now, I just saw this. This is kind of twofold. This is Whitney and Nicole. This is a mental wellness awareness summit that they're having in Las Vegas. Now, this is happening in May. Let's just say it said September 2024. I don't know. Nicole, you would then, maybe they're just trying to get interest and they haven't booked their hotels, right? I would message them and say, listen, I'm a travel agent and I notice that you're having an event that's going to be what did I just say, y'all? In Vegas. And I wanted to see if you have a travel agent. If not, I would love the opportunity to quote. Also, I do t-shirts. I can make that as well. Okay. And same thing for you, Whitney. You can now say, okay, I see that you're having an event on wellness. This is what I do. I would love the opportunity to see how I can participate. So events are key. Y'all, I'm telling you, events are key for so many different things. Anybody on here, okay? Tiffany, the same thing. Yolanda, the same thing. Use these events and just do that. Now, this is not the only place you can do it. You can also do the same thing on Eventbrite. So a lot of times people's like, well, I've been looking for not events. I've been looking for speaking opportunities. Just go. The events are already there. What happened? And some people say to me, well, to be honest with you, we have everybody, but if somebody cancels, then, we'll let you know. Or sometimes I'll say that, especially if it's somebody's audience I want to get in front of, I need to get in front of that audience. So I'm going to do everything that I can. And I'm going to say, listen, if somebody, even if it's at the last minute, I will come speak for you. And that's happened because my goal was to get in front of their audience. You got it? My goal wasn't to get paid. I'm a paid speaker, but sometimes I do free because their audience is priceless for me. Does that make sense? And so use your LinkedIn events and look for that. The other thing is the wellness. Does this make sense, y'all? I hope this is helpful. Let me know. My children are supposed to be ordering me food, and I don't look like they're doing this. Okay. Look, Whitney, they have a luxury sustainable hotel and wellness association group. 15K members. Ooh, this is a forum. Oh, this is definitely. If you can see forums, you all want to join those because that's where you can find content. When people, you can find pain points of people, and they'll say, ask questions. Those questions are your content that you can create because they're pain points. Okay, they're actually pain points. So these groups, when you are in here, a lot of times I don't say one thing. I'm just like, oh, that's a good question. Let me turn that into some content. That's a problem that people are having. Let me see how I can solve the problem. Let me see how I can now have the transformation for this problem, right? But I always go to groups. I always go to forums. This is how I find my content. Because remember, we don't make content based on what we want. So use LinkedIn for that, for your client who you're trying to target. Join some of these groups that are active. Some of them are not. But this one right here, let me see the last time they posted. And it'll show you the last time. I'm trying to see if I can. Oh, no, they went private. They're probably posting because they went private. And you could tell, usually you could tell whether the last post, but they went private, so you can't. But I would definitely look at, they got 15,000 people. And then if they're not active, out of these 15,000 members, somebody's your target audience in here that you probably can message and talk to. Okay? And this is hotels. All right, y'all? Is that helpful? That makes sense? Let me know if y'all have questions. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's groups. That's what we talked about, joint ventures and making good connections. Let me see where we at now. I already talked about that. Oh, and when you're sharing, you see them now? Okay, good. And so we talked about this the other day, is that what page was on? I can't remember. But we talked about the groups and stuff and how a lot of groups on there some people haven't posted in months, years, But so you want to see some, even if it's been a month even if it's in a month, I still say that's active for LinkedIn, okay? And so again, the guide is in the bio. It'll come down tomorrow. So today's the last day to grab it. All right. So let's move on. Let's talk about articles when you do post, just real quick. You don't want to post, if you decide, because you're a writer, or you decide you want to share some content, don't post like a bunch of, like if I was posting on multicultural, and like today, if you go look at my post, it has like 5 different things that the companies can do. I'm not going to separate and post on 5 different things, 10 different articles. I posted one article for them to focus on, right? Because I see sometimes that people, they'll post here, and I'm like, well, I think this goes with this. And me, I'm just like, oh, well, you lost me. Because I can't be, I got to be here. Okay, does that make sense? Jeanette, are you still in here? Because she has some really good ones too on hers. I don't know if she's still here. All right. There's an exercise that's actually on in step 6, and it talks about how you can actually brainstorm. Okay, you can brainstorm, ideas of things that you can share, what you should be. Remember, because everything's strategic on LinkedIn, you want to be strategic. You can create like a Google search bookmark, of your favorite blogs of people, different source of content. I always do that. Stuff that you might want to share. Remember, it doesn't have to be your stuff. You can share other people's stuff, but it needs to make sense to your target audience. So if you run across something, you're reading about travel and the travel industry, and you might say, well, let me save that. Let me save that person's blog. And the next time I need to post something, I want to share their information. Okay? Remember, because it's relevant to you and you've already vetted. And your people who are following you trust you, right? So they know that they are thinking that you read this before you gave it to me. So this is information that I know I can use. Okay? So you want to use that step 6 area to brainstorm. Step 7. Again, publishing. This is called publishing on LinkedIn posts, which is really I think now, I don't even know if they really call it that now, but it's like your blog. It's basically what we've been talking about. Once you have, you say, what does it say? I think it says post. I just did it. Hold on, y'all. What does it say? Let me tell y'all. So y'all know when you look at the guide and it says step 7, LinkedIn posts, it's not going to be posts. It's going to be just regular. I think it's event. No, it'll say post an article. Oh, here we go. No, this ain't. Why is this not doing it? Maybe I have to be on my computer. Hold on, y'all, because I want to show y'all this real quick. And if y'all have questions, drop them down while I'm waiting. Hi. Oh, I actually Google alert topics. Oh, that's good. And I would keep those. You could just repost them. Now let me tell you what I'm going to do. This is a post that I put up. It has only been, how long has this been? 2 hours. Let me tell y'all what I did. I posted and I did not put hashtags. I didn't put anything inside of here, right? I have like 57 impressions and one person. And it also tells them that it's just a 2-minute read. Okay. Now, me trying to see if the hashtags really, is it something that I should do? This is what I'm going to do, y'all. I'm going to put hashtags inside the caption. That's one. I'm going to let it sit. After I do the hashtags, tomorrow I'm going to come back in the comments and put something in the comments, and I'm going to see which one really moves the algorithm. How do you add? Is it, well, you mean like, what do you, hold on, Tiff, let me get back. You talking about where I told you the hashtags were? Or are you talking about the services? Or the talks about? Are you talking about the talks about? Or the services? Which one you tell me if you're talking about that. Oh. Oh, services and events. It is when you click, oh shoot. You're talking about right here, right? So when I click mine, it actually goes to my tap link, which I'm going to change. But I did that because we're working on my. Let me sure I can show y'all this. Hold on. We're working on my website. It's actually up under. It's up under website. Yeah, it's a blue box. It's actually up under website. So when I clicked, and I guess it's because that way I have it. Oh, open to. Oh, hold on. That was. I think this is. Yep. It's here. You see the little thing? That little like pencil? It's open to. You talking about right here, open to, right? You want to change this, it's there. You see it? That's where it is. It's a little bitty, looks like a little pencil. And it opens up and you could change it. And that's another thing. I'm glad she brought that up. Because this is the thing. Oh, that's fine. I'm okay with that. But you remember now, we in a trial period right now. So you might want to wait till next week when I say, Nicole, okay. Because right now you'd be like, well, why she her hidden change again? And why did she do this again? Because right now I'm just trying to see something. But I will say this. I'm glad you brought that up, Tiffany, because one of the things about where it says open to work, somebody sent me a message. They said, well, I thought you had your own business. Why do you want to work for somebody? That ain't what I want to do. What I'm doing is I'm saying I'm open to work in these places, but I'm going to certainly flip it, right? Because you can put contract, I think. What does it say? Let me just stop. It says full-time contract, part-time, internship, or temporary. I put full-time, contract, part-time, and temporary. Now, I'm not doing internship. But full-time, if somebody messaged me, because this has happened, they messaged me for a full-time job, said we really need somebody to do some training on cross-cultural. What I did was I flipped it. I said, listen, I'm actually a consultant, and I am actually inexpensive compared to you hiring me, right? You're welcome, because if you hire me, you got to do benefits, right? You got to bring me on. You got to do orientation and all of that, and I ain't working for nobody. So therefore, guess what? I end up flipping it, and then I just say, listen, I'll be a 1099 to you. Then you ain't got to worry about taxes and all. It saves you. So you just flip it. So I always check the box of full-time positions because you can flip it into a contract. Okay? Make sense? So again, we're on publishing your... Thank you, Tara. Yeah, I do that all the time. That's when I resigned from my job. When I was, what was I doing? I was a CEO of a mental health organization. That's what I did. That's exactly what I flipped it. I said, I'm going to resign, but I'll work for you as a 1099. And the reason why I did it that time, because I travel all the time and I was trying to build my international business. And who's going to let me travel every week somewhere as a CEO? Nobody. So then therefore, when you do it that way, I have control of my schedule. I'm so ready to leave mine. It's just, all you gotta do is just focus, stay on course, and don't give up. I know what you meant. Stay on course and don't give up. Trust me, it'll happen. Okay, let's see. Now the difference is when you post, like when I posted that about the multicultural stuff on my LinkedIn, that's my original stuff, right? So usually when you post and you add that, you want to make sure yours is original. But again, you can always repost just like you do anywhere else. Let's see. So another place you can do is another place for you to brainstorm about the topics that you're going to actually post again. All right. Maybe your article that you want to do. And then you might be like, Wendy, I'm not writing no article. Well, guess what? You can go on Fiverr and have somebody else write it. Okay. You can go on Upwork and have somebody else write it. You can have them say, listen, I need 5 articles on travel. I need 5 articles on wellness. Now you have 5 articles that you can post. You can go every other week if you want to, but there are 5 articles. Go on LinkedIn, go on Fiverr. Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay. So if you don't like, get somebody else to write it. Get somebody else to do it. When I had a blog, I paid somebody, and I know she got sick of me because I was like, that's not my voice, but she had to learn me. Yep. ChatGPT. Exactly. I think I have become totally obsessed with that. I think I'm going to come out with a whole AI class. I'm so serious. I have been obsessed with ChatGPT. I am so obsessed, like all the different things that you could do. And I'm always trying something. Y'all, I actually created an entire business from start to finish with ChatGPT. The whole thing, the marketing, the sales page, the brand colors, the whole thing is done. I'm really obsessed. I really am really thinking about that. And now I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to flip this into to global, but I think I got it because I've been messaging people and a lot of people are just like, we're not sure how to do that. Great. All right. See how you can use it towards your advantage to make it a product that you can sell. Oh, wow. Yep, right. Contracts, everything. Y'all, I'm so obsessed. My daughter was just like, she came in the room and she said, Ma, are you serious? I was like, girl, I'm trying to figure out something. Okay. It can do all kind of things. Like right now, I know somebody said they're doing one with AI that actually does their podcast. They can filter the voice and do all kinds of stuff, podcasts. I haven't found that one yet. But yes, definitely use ChatGPT. Let's talk about step 8 real quick. We're almost done, y'all. Step 8 in the guide, again, it's in the bio. Promote your best products and programs. So you want to make sure that you're not just promoting different things. Like I always say, people are selling, right? People always sell. I need a business for my travel, something unique. But you have something. You need to do your t-shirts. I think you should, and stick, who do you want to talk to? Is it corporate clients? I mean, I would do corporate and do their group for them, travel, that's what I would do. Because I think that's gonna be huge right now with people, with companies who have been stuck inside now. They're going back into the office. A lot of them are creating these events for their employees because they want to keep them there, right? And people want to be outside, so why not do that? But when you're doing, I'm gonna say this because I think this is important because what has happened on LinkedIn, I will wake up. Thank you so much for joining. Oh, a name. Okay, gotcha. ChatGPT. They'll come up with a name. Say I want a business name that's unique for my. It'll create it for it. Use that. There's a name generator tool too on. No, you're fine. There's also a couple of name generator tools that's online too that are free. That can create your business name as well. Now, me being very transparent, my business names, I asked God what should it be, and I went to sleep and He gave it to me. I'm just being honest. That's honestly how I came up with Inspiring Decisions, because I said, Lord, I don't know what you want me to name this thing. Woke up the next day, Inspiring Decisions. My nonprofit, what do you want me to name this? And then all of a sudden, it was chosen for youth. Okay, so that's what I do. I go whatever God tell me. I'm just being totally honest. All right. But again, you want to make sure when you're selling, because I notice right now, LinkedIn, oh my God, I don't know if you all sell without selling. I just sent you down a rabbit hole. Yay! Sell without selling, y'all. Sometimes in my inbox, I'm like, can y'all not say hello? Say hello to me and stop trying to sell me. Like, it's sell without selling. Yesterday, I gave the perfect inbox messages, okay? That is not sell without selling. I still have those available in my bio too. I got 15 of them that you can just change around if you're not sure what to say to people. Sell without selling. Hold on, let me catch up. Yep, I did that too, Tiff. I'm learning about how to structure my services and how to make it look good online. Oh, content-wise. And you have so much. Like, when we got to talk, because you're going out of the country. That alone, you don't have to do no thinking. There's no thinking to go once you get out of the country, okay? Trust me. It's going to sell itself. This is the prime season for you because everybody wants to travel right now, okay? And if you being over there trying to market, you could just go live and just make sure the product is there to sell. I'm serious. I have a client right now. That's what she's doing. Actually, is she not here? She's the one who came on the other day. I don't know if y'all were on when she said that she, I won't say where she lives, but she doesn't live in the United States. And she said that I also teach retainers, right? To making sure you have retainers. And so she came on and said, through your coaching, I just secured a $1,500 a month contract. And it's $1,500 a month retainer. So every single month she gets paid $1,500 regardless if she does work for them or not. But it's also where she is going live from. Okay. Yes, I got you. But seriously, no, that it really is. I'm telling you, a lot of people look, especially on TikTok, look how many people travel and want to travel and stuff like that. You'll be fine. But when y'all are doing your pitches in your inbox, y'all, please really work on your pitches, okay? In your programs that you are. Don't just be in people's inbox just selling. Okay? You have to learn how to sell without selling. All right? Does that make sense? So be very strategic. It talks about on the last page of the planner, all right? It talks about your product, what link you're going to use, and what you're going to promote, who you're going to promote to, whether it's private, whether it's groups. You don't want to promote everything on LinkedIn. Focus on one of your products. I know, exactly. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. Please don't forget to message me so we can talk. I might even come visit now that I know you're there. Because I was like, I ain't going over there without knowing somebody. I ain't doing it. It's okay. You can learn. I didn't know either. But you took the first step. Listen, you're living in a different country. Like, if you really honestly want to do content on that alone, how to live abroad, how do you do that and have a business and how you run a business, you know? That you can just do that. That right there is selling. People are ready to leave the United States of America. All right. I have a guide that I just did on nomads, and that's my hottest seller right now. Is that guide? People are ready to leave. You have so much you can offer with a very little effort versus here. Here, I notice when I'm here in the United States, it's more effort to do things versus me when I'm overseas. It's and trying to sell a product or something. It's totally different. Yay! Okay, yeah, definitely message me because I'll come to Seoul if you're there. I was like, I ain't going to Seoul if I don't know nobody. But I'll go to Dubai, jump on a plane, right, and not know nobody. But that's different. There you go. See? Oh, we got to talk. And that's what you need to focus on. And you can add the wellness piece in there. I'll show you how to do that. Tiffany can tell you. She know. With South Africa. Yep. It's so much. It's just, you have to sell your soul almost. I'm like, God to mine. Can you send me a proposal? Do y'all know I ain't sent any proposals when I lived in Dubai? I didn't send proposals to people. And even when I was working, India, I did one. But like anywhere in the Middle East, I didn't send these proposals and do all that. I told them what I'm going to do. And they said, okay, and this is how we're going to pay you and end the subject. Sometimes it's WhatsApp. I still get WhatsApp. That's the proposal. It's the WhatsApp message. Seriously. And here it is at Actor Congress. I'm trying so hard to partner with people here. And it's just a struggle for me right now. India is amazing. You would do well in Dubai because that they do a lot of wellness and stuff that you do. Or like Saudi Arabia or Bahrain. Exactly. It really is. And people just, they might say, I'm going to pay you whatever it is in WhatsApp. And a lot of people miss their opportunity. You know why? Because, thank you, is because they want a piece of paper. They want a piece of paper and you don't have it. People tell me all the time, I'm going to pay you X amount of dollars with WhatsApp. They send it and I'm okay with that. I don't have to have all that other stuff. Exactly. Yes, Qatar is good. I've been there too. I've done some work there. I actually have a client that's still there. And then I have a couple of friends who live there in Qatar and I've been there a lot. I love it there. Love it. Tiff, yes, you got to use your WhatsApp. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. What I did was because I had like this phone I'm talking on is like my business phone. And so the WhatsApp message is for like, I think I got it connected to Instagram and Facebook. And so I use my business phone for WhatsApp and I get a lot of inquiries. I really do. And then sometimes I get some craziness too, and they just get blocked. I just block them. I don't. And I'm saying that to you. I want to do it too. Oh, you should do Qatar. That's a good one. I'm gonna be honest with you all. A lot of people don't do WhatsApp because when I used to do training, what they used to tell me? I'm not gonna do it because I don't want people calling my phone. I'm scared that people are gonna have my number. You can't. It's business. Just block them. You can't be scared. Just block them. That's like anybody can go online and find your number, even if you don't advertise it, right? So, telemarketers, they have a way of getting your number, but I'd rather for somebody who might be a potential person or business opportunity to have it. And so when I wake up on my business WhatsApp, that's it. Exactly. Call me. I'm telling you, seriously, y'all, you can't be scared. Some people, I have so many clients that I have to go through that. We go through that for weeks. I'm not giving out my WhatsApp when somebody's going to call me. I said, okay, well, you're missing an opportunity. You're leaving money. Thank you so much for joining. You're missing opportunity by not wanting to give out your WhatsApp. Just block the person. I really never had a whole lot of issues, y'all. But also, are you all on Telegram as well? Right. Telegram, make sure you use your Telegram too. WhatsApp, Telegram. Now I was fathered into WeChat. If anybody has WeChat, you better not don't delete it. That means because you were fathered in. I am fathered into WeChat. Okay. Yep. Get a second. Yeah, exactly. So get a second line. Yeah, WeChat. What I used Telegram. I used Bottom. If you're doing business and you want to connect with people in Dubai, they use Bottom. Bottom is, if you have it, do not delete it because they banned it only people only people who've had it can have it in the States now. I think you can't even download it anymore unless you already had it. So I still have it because I still have people I do business with in China. But I would say this, that, Bottom is another one. Bottom is free for the United States. In Dubai, I think they had to pay, but I use that for video because you cannot talk to, you can't do video on WhatsApp in Dubai. And that's another thing. You need to have access. We're going all off topic. I'm sorry, y'all. But you need to be able to connect with people to whatever their platform is in that country. Everybody doesn't use WhatsApp either. I'm sorry, everybody doesn't use Zoom. Like Zoom is still blocked in some places. Everybody doesn't use Skype. Some people are still using Google Meets. I had a Google Meet this morning. I do not like Google Meets. But that's what the connection is better for them in Kenya. And so that's what we use in Kenya is Google Meets, and somewhere else I forgot. So you got to be ready at all times. You got to have everything. Google Meets, Skype. Yep, Skype still. Zoom, Telegram, all of that. Bottom is a different one. Bottom is the I turned my phone off because see, like somebody just called and I didn't want it to go freeze again. But Bottom is like Telegram, but it has I guess Telegram, it has video. And so when I'm talking to people in Dubai, a lot of times I'll use that. And even also for calls, it's clear for them. Okay? So really know what country you are working with and ask them. Are people that you're reaching out to on LinkedIn? Say, what's the best way to connect with you? Do not assume that they can get on Zoom. The connection might be sketchy. And sometimes they'll be like, oh, because you said Zoom, they'll be like, oh, okay, yes, I can, because they don't want to tell you that their internet is sketchy, right? But if you say to them, which platform do you prefer us to talk on? If you ever did a discovery call with me, if you do one of the things I have is, how do you prefer to be contacted if you don't want to use Zoom? And they just tell me. Great question, Tiff. I don't know, because I haven't had one, to be very honest with you. Because what I do is I always have a SIM card for that country. You know what I mean? So like I still have my, I have a third phone. I have a third phone. And so I have this phone, my personal, the one I'm talking on, doing this video on is business. And then my third phone is my international phone, where I actually have a SIM card that I usually use for that country. So I never have to really worry about, whether or not it's working. So I'm not sure. Probably so, to be honest with you. That's actually a great question, because I bet you it does work better because most people have it. So I just purchased, I'm waiting for it to come. It's taken 10 years, but a phone that has dual SIM. So I can put my Verizon, which is my American, and I can put my international, or I can put 2 international SIM cards in this phone. Really? Okay, that's good to know. I need an international phone. Yeah, you definitely do when you go abroad. I always say take an extra phone and put a SIM in. I don't have time for Verizon decide, because even when I went to South Africa, I just knew I was set. I was like, oh, I got my Verizon like I usually do. Got there in November, honey. That was the worst experience with Verizon. The worst. It would not connect. It was sketchy. And I was like, it doesn't even matter because I need a number here. So I actually have a South African number that I just got and just kept it. You can buy them online, but I get them at the airport, or usually if I know I'm going to do business in that country, like I have a Dubai number, I have a South Africa number. When I know I'm going to really do business, I take that back. I got 4 phones because I got a Dubai and I got the South Africa. And when I get up in the morning, I just have them on and I just see what's working. But you can get them online or at the airport in that country, but you can buy them online. Yeah, I heard T-Mobile was really good. I had thought about switching to T-Mobile for South Africa, but then when I got the number, because I had to have it for the nonprofit, so I just said, let me just. Oh, and I got an Namibia number too because the South Africa number wasn't working in the Namibia. Lord, child. Honey, it's a whole thing when it comes to SIM cards and phones. That's why I said, what I tell you all the time when you do global, you got to have patience. Ain't that right, Tiffany? It is patience, honey. It is patience. Because I forgot I have a whole nother number for Namibia because South Africa just right there, but it was not working. It doesn't work. The South Africa number has its struggles in Namibia. So like I said, you just have to have patience. Thank you for joining. So I hope this was helpful, y'all. So this was day 4. We are done with LinkedIn. So hopefully this is helpful to y'all. And you'll be able to get your LinkedIn up and running and maybe make some changes to it. Yes. Thank you. Yes, I'm so excited, y'all. Today I got a call, Tiffany. I was so excited. Like, I'm just like, whew, y'all, God is good. Y'all just wait. I just cannot. It's just amazing what's happening, y'all. Okay, I'm sorry, Renee. Hold on. If I do my English, that's a good question, Renee. Do it in English. Well, can you tell me do you mind sharing what your book is about here? And if not, just send me a DM if you don't want to. Then I can kind of answer that better. But you can do English. Tiffany is also another good person to talk to. Renee, because she has lots of books and she does some work in South Africa. The way you won't have internet consistently. Oh my gosh, don't talk about that. You're bringing back flashbacks. But I'm prepared now. Look, not only that, when you have the outages, right? So what are they called? Powers? No, not surges. What are they called? What is wrong with me? Load shedding. So when they have load shedding and the power goes out, y'all, I had one battery charger. I'm prepared now when I go back to South Africa, honey. I got a big battery charger. I got about 5. Okay? Because I'm not going to be... They're actually load shedding. And South Africa has it really bad right now, y'all. They go up without power for about 3 hours. But you have an app that can tell you when it goes out. But if you're in places that has a generator, you're okay. But you'll lose internet and sometimes the power. Okay, I'm sorry. Women... Oh, no, Tiffany, I got used to it, too. You know what? Like I said, I came back a different person. I'm creating a small book on ebook about how I was transformed when I came back from South Africa more than any other country I've been in or continent I've been in. I'm looking at this right now. I'm just thinking. I don't know. You can kind of go 2 ways with that. You can go English and you can actually do it in Arabic. Because it's twofold, to be honest. Because there are women who want to start businesses. But okay, I'm going to give you a whole thing. You just look at God. Renee, you know what? I would do English and I would do, if you want to target local, Emirati women, I would do it in Arabic, but I would say mom. Can you do that? Or have you already wrote the book? Maybe I would do it towards mothers because most women out there are moms. I would do that. Ooh, and then in the cover, I would have it diversified. I would have different women from different nationalities. That way you can sell it anywhere. Does that make sense, Renee? I hope so. Let me see how I like to do my stuff. I know. Yes, it will do it to you. I came back a different person. Okay. Yep. And then just if you want to, I always say, if you're thinking, because I know you definitely think global. If you're thinking global, I would definitely have a magazine. The magazine, Lord have mercy. It's time for me to go to bed. Y'all been up since 2. I'm talking about a whole magazine. A book cover that's very diverse. You might have more than one book cover, right? You might have 2 different book covers. You have a woman just dressed all in hijab, and it's the Arabic book, and that's all that's on there. And there's so many women. What are two differences? To what? I'm missing it, Whitney, because it's late. You know my brain. I'm starting to get tired. I can't think. There are a lot of conferences that's coming up, Renee. I was just on a live with they're like a couple of Muslim women. There are 4 of them from London. I really like the event they're doing, y'all. They're doing one. It said, oh shoot, I gotta turn my phone, but I gotta tell y'all, it's something about I'm Not My Crown and their hair, and they're at the event. It's just gonna be them, and they are going to wear they're gonna wear their hair. So basically, of course, there's not gonna be any men, and they're just gonna wear their hair, y'all, in the event. I was just like, and I was just on their live. But I'm also in the midst of collaborating with women who are Muslim women and Christian women to come together, because we don't see that enough. And so that's one of the events that I'm working on right now. And that's why I was thinking about your book. Isn't it, y'all? Yeah, I'm really happy for them. Like, I was just like, wow, that's actually, and they're going to actually show, because when you wear the hijab, usually they, like they said, they don't do their hair. It's just like us, right? A lot of times, like when we get our hair, if we got braids or something, ain't nobody touching that. And if we decide we want to wear a hat, we just wearing a hat. But they always wear the hijab, right? And so what they're saying is that they want to be able to see their hair. They're going to do their hair. They're going to dress up, and they're going to have speakers and all that kind of stuff. But I think it's really neat what they're doing. I know. I'm going to actually see if they're doing something virtual. Would y'all like to go? Because I know they're doing it in person, but I didn't even get a chance to look on their page and see if they're doing a virtual one, and I'll post it. Yeah, we need to talk about the one I'm talking about doing. Yeah, Tiff, because I am definitely going to do the one with that, because I'm already working on that one. Because we don't see that enough. And for whatever reason, I don't know. I guess because of the people think religion has to separate you. We're still women, right? We don't have to be separated. We can support each other. It's just you haven't seen it. And when I do my it's an event. I don't know when it is. Is it this? It's coming up, y'all. I know I follow one of them, and I just happen to jump in the live, but I'm going to ask them, is it virtual? Because I've been thinking about them since I got on their live today. But it's definitely needed, for especially Christian women and Muslim women to come together. A lot of my events, she has Yole Hair. Make sure y'all follow her too. But she was, we wrote a book together, actually, Fearless Visionaries, and we did our book launch in Dubai. And I'm very strategic. She'll tell you about my panel. My panel was very diverse. All cultures, countries was on the panel. I'm very multicultural intentionally, because I want people to collaborate and show that we're still women, regardless of what our religion is. It doesn't matter, and our culture is. We're still women, and we can still talk together. So I'm very intentional about that. Yeah, we're supposed to work together. And so I'm just going to be honest, and I know probably some of my African American sisters are going to hear this and they're going to be upset what I'm going to say, but I'm just going to say it. I do not have an all black panel. I just don't. I never have. I won't do it. I just won't. I'm just being very transparent. I just won't do it. You will always see every event that I have is always going to be multicultural and diverse, because that's what I do and that's what I love. So if you think about it, if I have a multicultural platform and I have clients who come, right, and they're trying to do business in these different countries and they're trying to learn about culture, who better to ask than the people on the panel? So it's twofold, right? Who are better for us to learn from, and them to learn from us, vice versa. So I'm very intentional about that. I get a lot of, they message me, you don't have enough blacks on your panel. I only saw one. I'm like, well, I'm multicultural. It has nothing to do with that. It's nothing. I love my sisters. I'm going to help us, but I'm still going to have a multicultural platform. So I want them to go global and meet some people. That's the purpose of it. But I get so much. Y'all should see my DMs, y'all. It'd be crazy. It's so crazy. Like, I know if y'all looked at my last post where I posted Layla, Yolanda, I posted Layla in there, and what did somebody say to me? They were just like, why are you always posting Muslim women and you're never posting black women? And I was like, what? I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to answer you, because apparently you don't even know what I do. If people who know what I do never have a problem with it, don't say anything at all. But I do get a lot, y'all. It's crazy. But I will find out, y'all. I'm going to ask them. I'll message her and see if she's having, if it's virtual, and I'll post it, okay? I'll post it here on my page for y'all to attend. But I think it'll be nice if we came, to be honest, to their event, because it's a predominantly Muslim event. I know. I guess not. I'm just like, you're following me. You have to know. They don't get it, right? You saw it too? Yeah, I was like, you have to know. Like, you're following me. And I don't know how long you've been following me, but... And I support Black women all the time. Y'all know that. But I guess they just don't know that. It's just that I'm always going to be diverse. Even if I'm in the United States of America, I am going to make sure I have a well-diverse event. Absolutely. It's going to be multicultural. It is. People benefit from it. You'd be surprised at how much we learn from each other. Any questions before I get off of here? So again, what I do, y'all, I leave this up for an hour and I take it down. This will be up until tomorrow, the planner, and then I take it down and then I'm going to put it inside of this membership group that I'm having for a replay. Now, I did promise the people who actually downloaded the planner, I will send y'all the replay. Okay. I'll send that to y'all on Monday. Yes, you can call me. You want to be reminded of the drawing today. Yes, thank you so much. Okay, so I am going to do a drawing. Actually, my daughter, maybe that's why she's calling me. She's going to think I have lost my mind. She's supposed to be guessing the number. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Thank you for your reminder. Good night. All right, what I'm going to do is the people who have downloaded the planner, I'm going to get my daughter to do the drawing and I'll email you, okay? With your whoever won the consultation. Okay? Good night. I appreciate you all so much for being here these 4 days. I will you did? Okay, yep. So that's what I do. So the people who download, I'm doing a drawing for the people who actually downloaded the planner for a free consultation. And then I'm also doing, you get the free replays, okay, for all 4 days. So I will post, I forgot what we said we are going to talk about next. We're either going to do how do you get speaking engagements, or we're going to do, what do we say, y'all? Oh, retainers, right? One of the two. The next one will be about retainers, okay? So the next live series will either about retainers or speaking engagement. Y'all know I love me some retainers because I cannot be counting my pennies every day. I can say I have you on retainer for 6 months. This person's on retainer for a year. This person's on a retainer for 3 months. That's what I mean by retainers. Regardless of if they call and talk to me, I'm still gonna get paid. So we might do retainers, okay? You're so welcome. And make sure y'all follow me on LinkedIn, because I will be on LinkedIn following you and I will look and see how you're doing. Just Cheryl will tell you, and I would say, well, change this, do this, right? So you got to be following me, but I will look and I will definitely give you some pointers based on what I know you're trying to do. Okay. So as long as I'm following, you can send me an inbox and you can say, Wendy, can you take a look at my LinkedIn? What do you think? Okay. So just like I was telling Tiffany and Yolanda, make sure you got it in there inside of your heading that you want to speak. All right. So I'm here to support you all however I can, but just reach out. All right. God bless you all. God bless your families. I truly appreciate you all so much. Okay. So just send me a message and let me know. All right. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.